Right, there we go. Should be working again. Whoa, that sounds a bit loud. One sec. Right, let's put that down a bit. Right, should be working again now. Sorry, it might have been like really loud for a second then. Yeah, it's my mic again. What I do, it's really weird, this mic. When I unplug it, right, say I've set the stream up. If I unplug it and then put it back in, I have to unplug it again and then put it back in again. But the problem is, I have to plug it back in on the other USB port for some weird reason. But I can't at this moment in time because I'm using the other USB port for my webcam. So if I take that out, you're gonna be like without webcam for a second. So I'm just gonna have to use my speakers on my computer again. But it's so annoying, that is. But no, basically I took my mic out of the USB port to use my printer well, not just before I went live, but like an hour before I went live. So for some reason that messes it up with OBS. I don't even know why it does that. It shouldn't do that at all, but it does for me for some reason. Right then, here we go. Who cares? It's fixed. I know. I'm just one of them annoying people that like to give a really big explanation of a problem after it's been fixed. I'm really annoying like that. Right then, there we go. It's for feeding the neighbourhood pigeons. What is that all about, Gary? What are we leading on to already? Right. Where are we? He's been dinged like this. Ding this. He's been doing this, do you mean? He's been doing this for at least 99 videos. Yeah, I've been doing this for... It's obviously 99 videos, but it's probably about 105 weeks or something like that, because actually it's probably a bit more than that, because there was some weeks that I just didn't do an episode, but I shouldn't really count that in the time frame, but the first episode of Thursday Talks was like November of 2015, I believe, something around it. Maybe it was even September of... Might have even been September of 2015, but I think it was November. So, yeah, quite a while now I've been doing this. About 104 weeks, something like that. Right then, that's what you get for using a Windows 95 mic. It's not Windows 95. Oh, Windows, whatever this is, like 8.1 or something. Not too far to the 100th video. Yeah, 1 week I will be explaining, like some of that about the giveaway structure, all that sort of stuff. And there's also going to be like a very, very little surprise as well on the day of the 100th episode. I didn't get round to doing the thing I really wanted to do because, to tell you the truth, I've been busy, so I've not actually got round to it. I should get round to it. I've got another week to do it. But I've decided to go for a different route. And the kind of a thing I wanted to do was a little bit on the line even for me, or I might even be crossing over the line. So yeah, I wasn't too confident about publishing that one either, so or even doing it, sorry, because I'm not even recording it yet. But I wasn't too confident about doing that. Maybe it'll come out at some point in 6 months or a year, but I don't know. Once Ad gets his special new PC, we will not hear the end of it. I know. I've been really thinking about that as well. I'm going to get that in January. What I'm doing specifically at the moment is I am trying to cap my spending a little bit to help my cash flow. I always have really good cash flow, and I'm not trying to brag about that or anything like that. Even if I buy a job lot of, say a job lot that's $1,000 worth of stock, let's say, I still have good cash flow because I always make sure I'm really, really good. It's the one thing I really am good at in my business, that and my accounting, keeping my accounting up to date. But because I hear a lot of people say about they're not up to date on their accounting and stuff like that. I'm always up to date. It's the one thing that I'm really good at, and different people are good in different areas of the business. So, yeah, but the other thing in my business that I'm really good at is keeping good cash flow. Making sure that if I can see, like, what in one particular month, if I can see sales are slowing down or whatever, or something like that, and let's say I've got a backlog, then I think to myself, well, there's no reason for me to be spending, so I'll try and just rein that in and maybe just go to charity shops and leave out the auctions, because there's no point in having more stuff piled on top of your backlog. You may as well get down your backlog, save a bit of money, and then over the next month or two, your cash flow is going to be helped by that. So yeah, it's just one thing I'm pretty good at. So obviously we're in November, December tomorrow. Cash flow is good for, or should be good for most of us anyway, unless you just have like a massive splurge on a big job lot. But yeah, so that's what I'm trying to aim to do over December. Obviously spend when I need to, because I've not got that much stock at the moment anyway, so I do need to spend. But just, you know, also try and limit it so that then I've got a nice amount of cash lying around for in January for when I am going to be buying loads of stock for next Christmas. And also I'm going to be buying, you know, I'm going to be spending about $1,000, 1,200, something like that on this new computer. So yeah, I need to be aware of that at this moment in time. Oh, we've got David in the chat. Hi there. Fake, you going to tell us what that sale was? Oh, it's Fake Rachel in the chat. Yeah, what was that sale? Bloody hell, what was that sale? You need to put some bunting on the back wall or something with balloons and wear some sort of party hat. No, I'm not going to do that. Funnily enough, it isn't quite what you were saying, but I was thinking to myself, I've had that picture there for a while in the background. I'm thinking, I need something new there. Now, what I would really like is a nice vintage metal, nice patinaed as well, vintage metal toy advertising sign. And I have seen a few that I'd like, but they're very expensive. And that's what I would like on that wall. You know, nice patinaed round it, really lovely, and it'd be a nice backdrop. You know, obviously a lot of people say they want like big man caves and stuff like that. I'm not too bothered like about big man cave, but what I would want in my own home is like a little backdrop. You know, like Chad Goldenfinger Picker, and I think when Craigslist Hunter does his videos at home, his vlogs at home, they have like backdrops and we have like loads of cool items behind them. I would like that, but I'd have like weird and wonderful items and things like that. There'd be like a piece of taxidermy on the wall next to it, and all like weird items, and that's what I'd have as a backdrop. And amongst that would be some, you know, vintage metal advertising signs, things like that. But it is kind of a common sight in man caves, but for me it would have to be specific to toys. Not a lot of people, and this is the problem, to get metal toy advertising signs that are truly vintage, it's hard, because the common ones are like oil related or automobile related, or like what's the other like really common ones, like even like tea, you know, like cups of tea in this country. There's a lot of like you can get hold of them quite readily on eBay. You know, if you go on eBay, I'm not saying they're cheap, but you can get hold of them. But you know, if you go on eBay and try and type in specific ones for toys, they're really hard to get hold of. So I don't know whether that's necessarily because they're really expensive or sought after, but more so just because I don't think people can find them. Because I think a lot of advertising for toys years ago wasn't necessarily done on metal signs. I think that's why. I'm not 100% confident on that, but it's a theory of mine that I think that might be why. Anyway, yeah, so what have we got to talk about today? Because I've rambled on a bit there at the start already. Hi Glitter, it's bleeding freezing now. I know, isn't it cold today? God, it's been cold the last few days, really. Winter has hit me this year like a ton of bricks. It's so cold. Why is it so cold? I can't remember it being this cold this time last year. I don't know. You forget, don't you, over summer, how cold it actually gets in winter. I'm down your way tomorrow, Ryan. Hope it stays sunny, says David. Has it been snowing there yet? No, it hasn't been snowing. I don't think we're due to get any snow. I don't know. I did look at the weather very quickly last night, but I think it was more like East Coast, you know. I think Norfolk, that sort of area, or a bit more west than that. But certainly not this far west, because I'm like right on the other side. I mean, basically, for those of you who don't know, like if you're on a map, that's what I'm trying to say. If you've got a map of the UK, if you think where Liverpool is, I'm not far from that. So I'm like right on the west side, basically, right on the west side. I think I'm probably about 45 minutes from the nearest beach, so it's, you know, I am quite close to the coast. You know, not mega close, obviously, but I am quite close in relation to someone who's, like, slap bang in the centre of the country in Birmingham. So, yeah, right, where are we in the chat? Who has snow? It's sunny here, Fake Rachel says. No, I'd say I don't have snow. I'd love some snow, but I don't have it. Oh, is Gary gone? Is Gary gone already? Where's that? See you later, people. Oh, he's gone. Bloody hell, Gary's gone already. Right then, David, you meeting Fake. What the hell is all this going on? Ads parents listening at the keyhole, rubbing their hands with glee as Ads talks about mountains of spare cash he has. I didn't say mountains, I just said, I said a minute ago, I'm not bragging or anything like that. It's just, I always keep myself with good cash. That doesn't mean I've got 20 grand stored away, not far from it, but just, you know, I do try and keep good cash flow, because I think that's key in business. A lot of what we learn in high school when we're doing business, it's cash flow. You know, if your cash flow seizes up, that's where you can cause a lot of problems, as well as, you know, obviously not selling items at a profit. That's got to be a big one as well. But cash flow is much more key than a lot of people think. You know, a lot of people will buy a load of stock, and then they'll seize up the cash flow. Now, yes, we've got that money in stock, but let's say you've not got, I don't know, you've not maybe put your money in the best stock or something like that, or a market collapses, you know, like the board game market falls through, or the DVD market, you know, that you know, pretty much dead now. So, not that, you know, you can make a bit of money on DVDs, but it's not as good as people were saying it was before I got into reselling. So, yeah, I mean, you put it in the wrong things, and then suddenly you can't get your money out of it, you can't get enough profit, and it all just goes horrible. So, yeah, and that's why I swear someone said, now don't take this as advice or anything, but I swear someone said, and I don't know whether it was on a video I watched, or whether it was a tutor or a teacher of mine, but someone said to me, never put more than 20% of your liquid cash into any one thing, so like any one product, or I don't know whether they meant like any one category in terms of the board game category or something like that, but yeah, I think that's quite true, but also ultimately sometimes you do need to take a bit more of a risk than that. So I don't know whether it's good advice or bad advice, but it's something I do remember that someone did tell me one time, way before I started with eBay or anything like that, you know, like properly. So, yeah, I don't know. Have you ever attempted to beat Scooter's record? Scooters? What do you mean? Do you mean a scooter as in, like a scooter? Or do you mean, Scooter, because there's that guy, Scooter, isn't he, the, like, rapper or something? I don't know. Scooter's record. I don't know what that means. Let's have a talk about the actual topics I've got as well. So, yeah, 400 videos I've done. I have had to remind myself. I've had to scroll back up to the title, but 400 videos today. This video right now that you're watching is my 400th video. I think a couple of my videos I've like what do you call it, when you set it to private or something. I've set a couple of them to private, so maybe you guys, if you went onto my channel, it'd say like 398 or 397 videos, but I have actually done 400 videos, so yeah, really cool milestone. Considering I've been doing YouTube for just over 2 years, about 2 years and 3 months, something like that, it's pretty cool to have done 400 videos and know that basically on my channel, you could scroll down and someone could watch 400 videos of my content. It's crazy, it really is. My aim is to get it so then I've got like thousands upon thousands of videos on my channel, and then they can be viewed for long after I'm gone. That's kind of my ultimate aim, because in my mind, YouTube in some respect makes you live forever, you know, and people from like 2150 or 2200 can, you know, if YouTube's still around, can actually access those videos and watch someone talking about how it was in 2017 or 2025 or whatever. That really excites me, that side of it. So yeah, my aim is just to keep playing out videos, obviously try and upgrade the quality where I can. And keep going with it, really. The other thing, actually, before I scroll down to see the chat again, is the giveaway structure. So, what I've decided to do is Ryan, actually, I'll go down to the chat now, actually, anyway, just so I'm keeping up with it. Southwest Sausage, oh, no, I've already seen that, one sec. Sorry if I'm, like, not keeping up with the chat. It's going pretty fast today, as usual. Honestly, I don't know how I would be if I was, like, Zahir or Nick. You know, how much chat they have to keep up with. It's really, really crazy. And I've only got like 30, 40 viewers on this, and it's so hard. So yeah, what was I going to say? So giveaway structure. So Ryan, who I think is in the chat, yeah, he's in the chat now. Do It Yourself Lifestyle said to me via the chat after one of the Thursday Talks episodes. He said, why don't, instead of doing a giveaway for £100 or 2 lots of £50, why don't you, I think it was right, he said, why don't you do like 5 lots of £20? And I really thought that was a great idea, because it means that then 5 people win £20 each, rather than either one person winning £100 and then everyone like looking at that person like, oh, I wish I would have won. At least like you've got 5 winners then, so it's spread a bit more evenly. And because I've only got about 30, 35 people in the giveaway anyway, you've got a very, very high chance of winning. It's like, it's way more than other giveaways on other channels that are massive. You've probably got like a 11, 12% chance of winning like already, considering there's going to be 5 winners. So yeah, pretty cool. But I do want to say 2 of those winners are going to be picked. Are already picked, I should say. Basically, just either people who have helped me, people who are, those 2 people. It's either someone who's helped me or someone in the community who's been very inspiring, or is always present at live chats, always bubbly, always positive, that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm going to be picking 2 out of the 5 myself straight away, and then the other 3, I'm undecided whether we should do pick out of a hat. So like cut up all the names, because I've got the names wrote down somewhere. I bloody hope I have somewhere anyway. I don't even know if the piece of paper's still in there, but hopefully it is. Just cut up all the names and then do it out of a hat, you know, because that is like, I love hats, so it kind of ties in. So I might do that with the other 2, and then the other one person I might put to a vote like I originally said, and just everyone has a vote, and you then basically, you know, the one with the most votes wins. And then if we have like a tiebreaker, we'll have to sort of go to like a dead heat or something, or I don't know, but hopefully we just won't have a tiebreaker. David, I was thinking of you. You're paying mine for the McDonald's. Oh my god. Oh god, that's funny. You've done the winner out of 100 quid. No, well, yeah, okay, maybe, but like, at the same time, I'd rather have 5 people win 20 quid, because it's like, it's nice, because like 5 people win them rather than, I mean, we don't have to do that. You can do like, you know, we can do the £100 or we can do 2 lots of £50, but I thought Do It Yourself Lifestyle had a great idea then, because it's basically split. It's like the opposite of crowdfunding. So when, you know, what crowdfunding is loads of people come together and put like £1 into something, and obviously that pot gets really big from everyone, like a certain number of people putting £1 in. Well, what we're basically doing here is I have the pot of £100 and I'm like splitting it off to 5 different people. So it's kind of like the opposite of crowdfunding. But I just thought it'd be nice. I mean, we can do like £100 straight giveaway or 2 lots of 50. But I thought maybe it would be good because you feel like you've all got a higher chance of winning, really. Haha, Shell, more winners, chicken dinner, more winners, chicken dinner. Oh my god. There's some weird stuff on this chat, I tell you. 400 vids, ads, 400 vids, who's your favourite subscriber then, ads? Who's my favourite subscriber? Well, I don't know all of my subscribers, but I have to say, I'm one of those people, because anyone who says they do not have favourite people, I swear they're lying, right? I have people that I or prioritize, or just like when I say their name, like I'll get a bit of a smirk on my face, but when I say someone else's name, I'm just like, yeah, I like them, but it doesn't give me a real smirk. So that's, in my definition, that's favoritism. When you smirk a little bit at the sight of someone, or the mention of the name, obviously you're favoritizing. That's not a word. You are prioritizing or liking them slightly more than the other person. When you see them or you say your name, you don't get any real rush of emotion. You don't necessarily dislike them, but you're just not as happy to see them as someone else. So I'm being honest. I'm being dead honest. And I know other people do this. I'm not saying like every single person, but I think that every single person does do it to a very tiny extent. Maybe there's people who don't do it hardly ever, but a little bit. But I think we all do it to a certain degree, but there's certainly people out there who do it a lot. So I don't know. Favorite subscriber. Oh god, it's a hard one. It's a hard one. I don't have like a firm favourite, but a lot of the names in the chat now are people who I would suggest, and this is the good thing about Thursday Talks. Because of my personality, over the weeks, we've kind of refined our audience to the people who I like the most. Like, there's no one in the chat who I dislike, and that, unless it's like some spammer coming in. And that's really cool. And what has actually happened over all of the weeks is we've kind of refined down our audience, and people who don't particularly like my style have just gone away and don't come back. And then people who really enjoy my style of presentation and enjoy my videos come back week after week after week, no matter how ridiculous I'm being. So I think in that way we've really refined our audience, and that's really nice, because there's no one in the chat who I can really say I dislike. I really do appreciate and love all of the viewers that come every week to Thursday Talks, and even like new people who are coming in, they seem to be engaging and discussing and have the kind of personality that I would want from someone coming to my channel. So it's like I've made some sort of filter myself by being myself to sort of filter out all the people I'm not too keen on. But right, I will try and say a favourite. So a few favourites. So if I'm really right, okay, I out of my subscribers, and I'm not saying I dislike people who I've not mentioned, but I'm just saying these are the people who stand out to me. When we pop in the chat, I always think, oh yeah, I'm really glad they're here. So probably out of the chat now, let's do that. I really like it, I really think to myself, oh, I hope do it yourself lifestyle, yourself is in there. I always think to myself, I'm glad that Peter Ray's in there. I'm always glad when David pops in, obviously. We've done shows in the past together, so it's nice to hear him pop in. Who else have we got? I've done this before, I swear I've done this before, but we're going to do it again. Well, I'm always glad that Kirsten pops in, I have to say. I am glad when Fake Rachel pops in. I don't know whether I said that. I'm glad when Glitter Sunflower pops in, although I don't know her real name, but, I'm glad of her there. She's got a lovely personality, well, when she's in the chat, anyway. I'm glad when... who else? Oh, I'm glad when Gary comes in. I like Gary. I like seeing Gary in there, And I'm not saying that people who I'm not mentioning I don't like. It's just these are the people who, when they pop in the chat, I think, oh, yeah, I really am, like, incredibly happy that you are here. I'm happy that everyone's here, but I'm just slightly more so happy about those people. And I think everyone does this. We've got to do it. We've got to do it. So yeah, I think there's a few other people. Oh, Blitz has put his name as Simon now. Oh, that's cool. Right then, where are we now? Where are we now? That's a David Bowie song. Where are we now? Crap in the attic. What about me? I could say yes, but I think somewhat. I think give it another few weeks or another few months of you popping in, making a few comments, making more interaction. I will get to that point with you, certainly. But it's just I just don't feel like I've had enough interaction to really get to that point. I'm happy that you're in the chat, obviously, but I'm not quite to that really good place of like equilibrium, you know, with certain people, and I will get there. It's like friendships; they blossom over time, and when you meet someone new, you might actually dislike them, or you might just be like that on them. But I'm not saying this to you. I'm not saying I disliked you crap in the attic. I'm just doing a generalization here. But you know, you might meet someone on the street or whatever. You don't like them, or you like that on them. But then over time, they become your best friend, because you actually reveal more about the person. It's about like really looking into the person and really seeing who they are, engaging what you like about them, and their passions and their beliefs and their maybe even, you know, religious views or political views, or all these different things, or TV shows we like, and you gauge all this information, and then you think to yourself, oh yeah, I really like this person. I really do like this person. You know, we're kindred spirits, we're soulmates, we're life partners, whatever you want to say, you know. But yeah, that's what it is for me. So when I say to those people about that, I say those names because for some reason, on some level, we've connected more than maybe a few other people. That's not to say I don't like the other people. It's just we're not connected quite as much. So where you want to be in a friendship, if you want to be someone's best friend, you have to like really talk to them. You have to really learn about them. You have to be selfless. You know, you have to approach them and talk to them and just learn about them, not yourself. And it is quite hard for me to do because I am pretty egotistical, and like I'll always want to talk about what's going on in my life. So it's quite hard, and I really do try these days to not, when I'm talking to people on Facebook or whatever, try and ask questions about them. It's very hard, or even when I'm out, you know, in the street, I try and ask questions about what's going on in your life. You know, when I see someone from my old high school or something out on the street, which I do quite occasionally actually, I say, you know, what's going on in your life, what's happening, you know, and that's all it's about. Anyway, why are we going off on like the philosophical debate of friendship? I don't even know, but oh, here's George. Right, that's it. You didn't say me. I'm unsubscribed. No, George, I do, and quite honestly, you are one of the people. And I'm not gonna say to someone, you know, I really you know, you're a favourite of mine. If they're not, I just won't, because I'm being untrue to myself and I'm being untrue to you. But no, honestly, George, I do. You are one of the names I think. I'm glad you're there, and I always love interacting with you on Facebook. So, you know, it's just about time, really, with friendship. It's about time, effort, putting things in and stuff, you know, putting yourself into the friendship, into the relationship, whatever it be. That's what it's about. But anyway, I'll leave that now. We'll right, we will get on with the other topic. So, the other thing is storage and 2018 plans I wanted to talk about, because we've rambled for a bit now, so I need to get back to resign topic. Firstly, I wanted to state as well, Q4, for me, personally, and this is just for me, it's been very up and down. And I know that over loads of different groups, over Instagram, you know, loads of different formats, loads of different platforms, this week in particular, last week, people have been saying it's up and down. For me, it's been the same, you know, sort of the more last week than this week. This week has been a bit more solid. But certainly last week, you know, it's been up and down. And I have to say, October and early November for me were a little bit off. It didn't feel quite like fourth quarter. It felt like, I wouldn't say it felt like the slow summer, but it felt more like just a normal standard month, like January or February. Although saying that, January can be good. So let's say like February, March. It just felt like that. It didn't really feel like it was picking up. I am glad to say, as I say, it's been solid this week. I've done some really good numbers this week. I'm really happy with it, which has just helped me get to the minimum target of where I wanted to be. for November. Not the target I really wanted, but the minimum target of where I wanted to be. But as I say, it's not that higher end target, and also it's making me worried for December because I'm thinking, well, I didn't achieve my target in October. I didn't achieve my target in November. How the hell am I going to achieve my target in December? But I just wanted to mention that. So, but also it doesn't matter too much. Like when I say I won't reach my target, I didn't reach my target. I have big targets, and even though I've fallen short on both my October and November targets, in October I was up about £1,000 on last October in sales, and November this month I'm up about £1,200 in sales, that is, compared to last November. So even though I've not reached my target, my insanely big targets, I have still done better than last year, probably about 25% growth in sales this October compared to last October, and about sort of 27 to 30%, maybe 27 to 35% growth on sales this November compared to last November. So we're still doing all right, but it's just not those targets I really, really wanted. So that, yeah, I just wanted to mention that before we get into storage and 2018 plans, because I know people always ask about, you know, how's things going with sales, how's things looking for Q4, what are my targets, all that sort of stuff. So before anyone asks about that, I thought I just may as well mention it anyway. So then, where are we here? Gotta bail. Oh, gotta bail now, people. Have a good one, folks. Okay, thanks, David. Thanks for popping in. Ads make a rod for his own back. He really does. But that's why we all watch week after week. Ads make a rod for his own back. What do you mean? Do you mean ads make a rod? Does that mean I'm like my own puppet or something? Is that what you're meaning? I don't even know. Do-it-yourself lifestyle. Oh, God. Right, sorry. I'm going to be an absolute bad word now. But, right, I have seen this so much on Instagram and Facebook, and I am getting sick of it, right? I am sorry. I am sorry for who I'm going to be right now. I really am. I'm sorry to Ryan and I'm sorry to George, because I know that both Ryan and George have done this. Two people who I do like, but I have to say this. It is not defiantly. That is not how you spell definitely. That is how you spell defiantly, as in to defy someone, right? As in like to defy someone's word, or defy someone's law, or defy someone's, you know, I don't know, plans or whatever. Definitely is D-E-F-I-N-I-T-E-L-Y. I'm sorry, but I had to say it. I know I'm a horrible person. I know I shouldn't be that pernickety. I know I shouldn't point out people's tiny little errors like that. But it's grind me gears for so long. Oh my God, it really has. No setting your target too high. No commitment, David says in it, all my friend. What? No commitment, David says at all my friends, you fake stinker. And what the hell is that? I don't even know what you're going on about there. Haha, it's you do it yourself lifestyle. Why do people say brought when they mean bought? I know, isn't that annoying, Jason? Yeah, brought instead of bought. Oh my God, there was loads of people in high school who used to say that. I was like, oh God. When your thumbs are as big as mine, ads, you'll have the same problems. I will not. George says definitely not. Right, but no, I'm sorry. I know it was a right D word then, or a C word, or whatever you want to call it, but I was building up inside. I mean, it's better to let these things out than not. You know, I just had to say anyway. So I'm really glad I've got that off my chest. But so going further into reselling talk now, because again, last week was so good. Last week I got like a full show, all reselling related, good content, good strong content. There was even a little bit of what some people would call good advice in that chat as well. And this week, it's just, oh God, it's all up and down. But anyway, so storage and 2018 plans. Right, what I'm going to do is just take this off here, because I wrote a few little key bits of information down. 1 second. Nothing on the end of that, is there? Right, here we go. No, nothing on the other side of that. So, yeah, so next year, right, I wrote down a few different things and stuff, right. So next year, in 2018, I want to lower my stock cost. Because recently, I've been spending, well, not recently, for the past few months, although I've been making decent profit, I have been spending a fair whack on stock. And to tell you the truth, that is for Amazon. That is not for eBay. eBay, I can relatively source cheap stock. I mean, saying that, a bit of it is, a good portion of it is eBay. So I do need to bring down my eBay stock cost, but certainly with Amazon as well. But the thing is, also, what I've been finding the last few times at my local auction house is the job lots are getting, are increasing in price. So I need to find other ways, or not other ways, but other auction houses, other places to source stock. So next year I want to immediately, even next month, not so tomorrow, but pretty quickly, I need to lower my stock cost, because I want to get to a point where I can spend, where 1 or 2 months can go by and I'm just not spending, but I'm getting like 3, 4, 5k through the door, and that is like an epic profit then. That is crazy, because imagine if you only spend like 100 quid on stock and you're getting through the door like 5 grand or something. It's crazy. So my plan is to reduce the spending down from currently what is an average of, let's say, £1,000, because it's about that. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. And don't get me wrong, there's still fantastic profit off that. But if I can get that down a little bit and I can make 3, 4, 5k in sales each month quite consistently, then that's got to be good, right? So lowering stock costs. The way I can do this is actually, I'm not going to say the auction house name, but because I'm just going to get myself going to dig a hole by saying the auction house name. But I'm going to go to a specific auction house that has really, really good what am I trying to say? Really, really good prices for like job lots. So currently the auction house I'm going to, I have seen an increase in prices, and basically like a couple of boxes of glassware, a couple of boxes of miscellaneous stuff, will set me back about £20 to £30. Now, it's really from the other auction house that I'm talking about going to more. It is a bit further away, but I'd rather do this. With the other auction house, it's like £5, £6, £7 for the same amount of stuff. So it's a massive, massive decrease, really. So doing that, I mean, I can amass more stuff, and also it's still pretty decent quality. I will admit that there is a little bit more kind of what you would call junk items in there that maybe are just fit for eBay auction, in a big job lot, or or just car boot it, or charity shop it. But to tell you the truth, there is still some quite good stuff in those job lots. So, I'm paying far less, but I'm getting some good stuff. So, certainly, that is one of the things I'm going to do. Also, next year, my focus again is trying to hit up more car boots. The year before last, I didn't really, when I was just starting with reselling, I didn't really do many car boots. Was it last year, sorry? No, sorry, last year, 2016. 2016, I didn't really do that many car boots. In 2017, this year, I did a lot more car boots than last year, but still not as many as I would like. So next year, my focus is to try and really do more car boots and less spending in charity shops. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, why would you want to spend less in charity shops? They're a pretty decent source of stock. You're paying like £2, £3 an item. Well, that's exactly the reason. If I can get a job lot from this auction house for £5, £6, £7, and it's like 2 boxes worth of stuff, it averages out at like 10 pence, 20 pence, 30 pence an item, whereas in a charity shop, it's £2, £3 an item. Or even, if I go more car boots compared to charity shops, car boots, 50p, £1 an item. Charity shops, £2, £3, £4, £5 an item. So you can see my logic with that. Although you don't spend much in charity shops on one visit, spread over the year, if you had gone to car boots, or if you had done a cheap auction house like this one, you will have saved a lot of money. So again, well, maybe not save money, but you will, well, yeah, theoretically you will save money, but also it's kind of like you're getting more for your money as well. So you might spend the same amount, but overall, but you still actually get more for your money doing it this way. So that's something I've definitely identified for next year. Star number 2, asterisk number 2, is reducing FBA costs. Currently, I am sniping items. I am buying items, not necessarily at retail, but fairly close to retail, something like that. I'm doing a little bit of RA. I am, what else? Buying new and sealed stock that is maybe slightly higher price than if I was to get it at car boots and stuff like that. So I need to reduce, I need a way of getting the same amount of stuff for FBA, new and sealed, but reduce the cost. So how do I do that? How do you do that? Well, the only answer is, I don't know at the moment, but the only answer is, I can say to you, is I've got to hit up more car boots and more jumble sales to try and give myself the best opportunity to find new and sealed stock for Amazon. And let's say I get a sealed board game or whatever, then, let's say I can snipe that sealed board game in particular for 30 quid on eBay. And I've done this year. Let's say I snipe that on eBay for 30 quid and it goes for 110, 120 on Amazon, 100 quid. That's a great margin. That is a great margin. But I don't want to do that all the time. I want to put myself in a position where I can get these items at jumble sales at car boots. If I'm if I'm going to more of them, it's all about volume. It's all about numbers. If you can get yourself in front of as many stalls, as many car boots as possible, as many jumble sales as possible, you're gonna come across these items more regularly. That's just like law of averages, really. So, yeah, I'm gonna hit up some more of them and try and get that stock cost down. So I have to snipe less for the same amount of FBA items, but I'm getting a better profit. Now, yes, this might not work because you might just not find those sealed items from car boots or jumble sales, and then I'm going to have to go back to sniping anyway, but I'm at least going to try it more. I'm going to reduce my sniping down. I'm going to try and get out to car boots and jumble sales more regularly, so that then at least I can try to put myself into a position where I may be able to reduce that stock cost. If it doesn't work, I'll have to go back to sniping, and that's fair enough. But I do want to try and just reduce that down a little bit. And yeah, that's lowering. Yeah, and then there's no more things I've really put on here. I've just put lowering cost, increasing profit, and then like a little line to lowering stock cost. But yeah, so I just wanted to mention that. Also, storage. I am getting a storage lockup. I've looked into it, and it seems for me at the current moment, where I stand with my business, it's the right move for me. So yeah, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna aim myself to get a huge backlog and then just pile through it, work through it, stop the spending on certain months. Because I've got a backlog and I don't need to spend, which then will really massively help my cash flow, reinvest into stock that is really cheap again. And you see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to really vastly increase those profit margins over buying, buying sort of higher to maybe make higher margins. But I want to kind of pull back a little bit from that, because if I can try and find those same items that I'm sniping for cheaper at car boots and jumble sales and things like that by doing more of them, it's better because you're buying them for cheaper. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, I also want to mention I am getting a storage unit. I've looked into it. I've looked into cost. I need to go down there, and I'm not going to tell you the name of the place because I'm just advertising where I've got my stuff stored if I do that. But basically, it's a lot cheaper than I thought. It really is for the one I want, and it's really going to help me. At the moment, it's what I need. It really is what I need. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and as I say, that'll really help me with the kind of when I've got a backlog of stuff. It'll really help me feel a lot more secure. Feel happy with the level of stock I've got, both listed and unlisted. It'll help me with you know, arguments at home and stuff like that. Because I mean, me and my mum and dad don't argue all the time about reselling or anything like that. I don't want you to get that picture. But if you're a reseller and you have a wife, or you have kids, or you have you know, or maybe you're a reseller like me who lives at home with her parents, you'll understand what I'm talking about. You do develop a little bit of friction, and you know, when you've got a lot of stock, especially for me because it's not my house. When I've got a lot of stock in what's my parents' house, it does develop that friction. So I do need to think of a way just to relieve a little bit of the stock out of the house into somewhere else, or just, you know, just sort of, it's the only way I'm going to expand basically, is by getting a storage lockup or something like that. So I have looked into it. It's definitely a goer really. So with all that said, I've not even touched on the chat, so I'm going to quickly touch on the chat. Also, time spent trying to get the stock. Yeah, definitely. Buying bulk ads, best way to save on per item cost, but you need space for it. Exactly. That's why the storage lockup is such a thing. I'm gonna get a lot of stuff, and it's not only that. I'm trying to scale up the investing in Lego for you know, 1 to 2 years out, that sort of time frame, and then some of that maybe going in the storage lockup. I might keep it in the house, I don't know, but that will be going in there as well. But I can't justify the cost of a storage lockup just for investing in Lego or anything like that, so because that would like completely diminish my profit for it. But if I've got a storage lockup for my main business and for my stock, which can justify the cost, then I can, if I've got a little bit of room, put a couple of boxes of Lego in there, and then that means that I've got more space to invest in even more Lego. Because as you may well know, the first Lego haul I did about a week ago or so, 2 weeks ago, I bought quite a lot of it. Now, if I'm buying that amount every month or every couple of weeks, which I envisage I will buy somewhat around that amount, I'm going to come into the problem of space with that as well. So it's all about what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to think of a way I can grow essentially my own net worth. I know it's a weird way to look at it because I'm not like a multi-million-pound actor, but I think it's a good way, because if you think to yourself, well, I'm worth X amount now, how can I grow my own net worth? How can I use money as a tool, like I mentioned last week, to be able to get to a better financial position? I think it is quite a good way of looking at it. Well, I wouldn't say it's a unique way of looking at it, actually, but I think it is quite a good way of looking at it, and it's something I've got to do. I'm definitely going bigger in 2018. I'm going to try to get some stock for Amazon. As I said, I do want to keep Amazon there while it's still a viable selling option for me. As I mentioned in previous videos, I do think there's going to be a time, whether it's next year, year after, that Amazon's going to shut me down, along with a lot of other small sellers. Now, I'm not trying to be negative about that. I'm just saying that I think that will be coming soon. So, although I am continuing my Amazon, I do want to kind of build up other things in my business. So certainly, yeah, that's what I'm kind of trying to do. And getting my stock cost down is a big help with that as well, because you're only going to increase your profit, and it means that if Amazon or if another part of my business does go down, then I've done something helpful to help me in the future, really. And it basically means that I might even just be able to do eBay completely. But I would never really want to do eBay completely, because I have this fear of putting all my eggs in one basket. I'm not trying to hate on people who just do eBay on their own. You know, that's fine if you want to do that, and I'm not saying that it's a bad move in any case, but just for me personally, I like to kind of have like 3 or 4 things on the go. You know, my cryptocurrency, yes, okay, it's a very speculative investment, but it's something on the go that could turn into something that could really, really help me out in 2 or 3 years' time. You know, a chunk of money that could really, really help me out. Lego investing, again, it's something else that could, again, speculative, but could really, really help me out in the future. Putting money away in my savings is just another thing, but that's more stable. With Amazon, again, regards to Amazon, it's, another income source, and then eBay, another income source. So it's all about, for me, it's all about gauging all these income sources to build one big pot of like daily income, or one pot of just income that's coming in from all these different angles. And that's what it's about. It's about building something that's really, really strong, and even if one thing goes down, it's not so bad. Right, anyway, I've rambled on a bit, so Ads, you going to try and have more time off? Well, I've said all that. I said all that about what I'm trying to do next year in my business. Go bigger, buy in job lots, buy things, go to more car boots and really buy big. And yeah, I've not even talked about time off. I've not even thought about it. I'm still under the influence of, I would kind of call it like the what's a good term for it? I want to label it as a term because a lot of people don't label it, but kind of like that. Oh, I know what. Yeah, I think there is a term for it. Like hustle mentality, is that the term? But I'm kind of still in that hustle mentality of I don't like time off. I don't need it. It's unproductive. I'm quite happy just having hours off in the day, like I've talked about several times. But yeah, I am still very much like, I didn't really do that much yesterday, and at the end of the day, I felt like really crap because I'd not done much. And I know that everyone else had had that feeling as well. And it's like, well, I'm sat here, or I'm here in the house. I've got work to be doing, but it's like, why don't I do it? Why just sitting down doing nothing or whatever? It just makes me feel like crap. So why don't I just do something else anyway? Even like if I went on a holiday abroad somewhere, I would be so terrible. I'd be like, I need to do some work. I'm the kind of person who absolutely has to have something to do. Otherwise, I would just, I just get really depressed. I really would. I have to have something to do. Like if I went on, for example, if I went on like a mountaineering holiday or something like that, I'm constantly working my body. I'm constantly, doing things. I'm looking at maps. I'm trying to strategize about how to get up mountains or whatever. That kind of holiday would suit me more than kind of a relaxing break in Benidorm or wherever, Spain or Portugal or Italy or wherever. I just don't feel like the kind of person who could go on holiday and specifically have like just time around a pool. I just don't think I don't think I have that. I think if there is, a hell, in the afterlife, I think that would be it for me. Just sat there doing nothing. I mean, that would be my kind of hell. The mentality change I've gone through since I've been doing reselling is just crazy. Like really, really big. Like now I see the world for so much more, and I want to make use of every minute, and it doesn't make me feel good just to do nothing. It's just weird. Like even if I'm having time off, I won't be having time off. I'll be researching some new venture that I'm trying to do, because my time off comes from the kind of moving on to something else, like moving on to another business venture. That is the time off for me, because there's a great saying, and my grandma always says this to me: a change is as good as a rest. And what that means is, it's quite simple, but what that means is if you change to do something else, even if it's only for a day or 2 days or whatever, it's as good as actually having a rest from that thing you were changing from. So it's the same, if I know I'll go back to crypto a lot, but it's the same like when I found crypto, it gave me so much more motivation for my reselling because I had changed over to that. And I got so much new motivation for crypto that it actually rubbed off on me to my reselling. So that's how I get my motivation. I get it from doing other productive things, not necessarily from sitting down or from, going on holiday and things like that. I don't get my motivation from that. It is very weird. I know it is very weird, but I'm sure a lot of people will sort of get my mindset, and other people will have that mindset. Where are we? Right. Can you drive, Ads? Yes, I can drive. I swear I've done vlogs like with me driving. Surely you should know that. Not while he's under the influence, someone said. No, not while. I don't drink anyway. Yeah, that's another thing I don't do. I don't drink. I don't I don't like I don't find the need to kind of get drunk or anything like that, because it's weird. It's like life is my alcohol in a way. It's like or myself is my own alcohol. I don't. Again, it comes with the positive mindset that I've adopted. It comes with the motivational mindset that I've adopted. When you really believe and you really see positivity all the time, you realize that actually you don't need to drink. You don't need to you know, not that I would, but, you know, like do heavy drugs or anything like that. You don't need to do any of that. You're just happy and content with doing the things you're doing, and it's a lovely mindset to have. Really, it really is. I'm not saying it's like the best mindset to have. I'm sure there's people out there who even have a more what's the word? Like a more I don't know the word, but like even a better mindset than I have, like an even upgraded version of my mindset that might be like the ultimate mindset or whatever. But, you know, I like the mindset I have. What was that? The cryptocurrency was mentioned on the radio, on Radio 2 the other day, as they had a chat about it. Well, what you'll find about it in the next few days, well, maybe not in the next few days, but when the next, what's known as a pullback happens, where Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies like basically pull back, so they go from like an all-time high and then sort of go down, obviously. Or it's also known, well, actually, a better word for it would be correction. But when that happens, what you'll hear on the radio, well, not on the radio, but what you'll hear on like YouTube videos and everything is like, oh my God, Bitcoin's a scam, it's a bubble and all this. And it really makes me laugh, because I think to myself, well, yeah, okay, let's take it as in Bitcoin is, the bubble's going to burst, right? It's at 10k now, and we're going all the way back down to 2k. Well, it's still going to be there. The cryptocurrency is still going to be there. It's still going to have uses. It's still going to be able to be used on the blockchain. The blockchain hasn't gone. Blockchain technology is still useful. It's still present, and it's there to fulfill plenty of needs in the future. So for me, I'm a long-term investor in crypto. And when I say that, I'm meaning long term, like 10, 20, 30 years. And okay, in the short term, it might be what's known as a bubble in terms of, and you won't hear anyone in crypto, you know, who's investing in crypto, talking negatively about crypto, because it's called FUD, it's called fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But I want to try and be a bit less biased towards crypto. So if we say, you know, it's going down and it's been a short-term bubble and it goes all the way down to 1 or 2k, in 30 years, I'm confident that it's going to be way up over 10,000. And if we look at previous bubbles, you know, like I think it was .com bubble or something like that in the 2000s, or I think it was something like the Nasdaq crashed or something. The Nasdaq has actually returned to where it is, but it's just taken like so many years later. So yes, in the short term, people can be skeptical about cryptocurrency and it could be going down, but me as a super long-term investor in it, I'm not worried at all, because all those people in 30 years' time are going to be like, damn, yeah, okay, it was a bit of a volatile one at the start, but God, you were right. You know, you were right. Actually, long-term, it was sustainable. It was good. It was the future. But I think that too many people kind of think that it's. I think there's too much. Like, you're either one side or you're the other with crypto. You either think it's a scam or you wholly believe in it. I think what we need to do is all come together and unbiasedly assess what we've got in front of us. And then, if everyone in the world did that and then made a choice on the market, I think it would be such an easier ride for the market as a whole, for the cryptocurrency market. And I think we could create something as a world and go into a new digital age so much more better than if we all have sides like, oh, it's a scam, or it's not a scam, it's the future. And it's a bit petty for me. And that's why I think we're going to see, you know, I think in the short term, we are going to see quite volatile price action. We're going to see pullbacks, we're going to see correction, but until we get to a point where everyone's actually on a similar sort of level with it, and it becomes the kind of thing like the stock market is now, which is quite reputable, trustworthy, that sort of stuff, then once it becomes in that space, we'll we'll be fine, you know, and it'll be a good thing to invest in it, and it really will be, you know, something that people believe in. But I do think at the moment there's too much of this. Everyone's screaming their side of the argument in crypto, and I think people should come together more and really assess it unbiasedly, and don't be too one side or the other, but, you know, take your own, put your own take on it, and then invest in it if you'd like to. Don't invest in it if you don't want to. But yeah, as I said, what you'll find in crypto is so many people are either really, really for it and you won't hear a bad word said about it, or someone's not for it and they'll be calling it a scam. And to be fair, I think the actual perfect, I think what it actually is somewhere in the middle. I don't think it is. I don't believe it's a scam at all. But I think if we came to that middle point, we would all feel a lot better about it and feel a bit more neutral about it. And that's what I want to get in the cryptocurrency market. I want there to be a bit more neutrality, and people don't put their emotions into it, you know, because that's where markets get into quite bad trouble, if people start putting loads of emotions into it and stuff like this, because people buy a lot of one crypto or sell a lot of one crypto, and if you get that on a mass scale, we get, you know, bad price action, like really unhealthy, volatile movements, like we saw the other day in Bitcoin, where it went from 11,300 or something crazy right down to 8,000 something in a matter of like minutes or an hour or 2 hours or something. Very, very unhealthy price movement. And yeah, it just needs to be a bit more neutral in my opinion. Anyway, sorry, I've just rambled about that for ages. So yeah, I'm gonna go now because we've been on quite a while. Right then, I'm just quickly gonna have a look at the chat because I know I've missed out quite a lot. Crypto, are you doing anything other than Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ether? I am doing. I'm quite bullish on Omi's Go, OMG. I've got Cardino, which is ADA, the ticker symbol. I've got what else have I got? I like what BAT is doing, Basic Attention Token. I really, really like their idea for the future. So I have got a few of them, but I need to get more of them. Actually, I've got a very, very low amount, like £5 worth. So I really need to get loads more of them because I really do like their project. I'm not saying it'll work or anything, but I do like their project. What else have we got? I've got a little bit of Ethereum, but the only reason I have Ethereum is for transaction fees and exchange fees and stuff like that. So I've got a little bit of Ethereum. I've got Litecoin. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I've got. I don't know. There is one or two others, but I can't remember now. Oh, I've got Gollum. I quite like Gollum. And then there is one or two more, but I can't remember. There's one or two more, but yeah. Basically, I use Bittrex to trade, and I only have a very small amount of money in there, just mess about with it really. I started off with $22, and now I'm up to like $102 just trading, which is really cool. And I have another wallet, obviously, to store my coins in and stuff like that, and then other different wallets to store coins in. But yeah, yeah, I did have Neo, but I sold Neo. I sold Neo for like $200 profit. That was really cool. I bought it at like $21, $22 when it was quite low. It's fairly low. Not like right rock bottom low when it started. But I bought that for $21, $22 and sold it about $33, and I had about 10, 15 of them, something like that. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Anyone remember the character from the Fast Show who thought that everything was brilliant? What, is that me? Is that me? I think I've stumbled upon his doppelganger. Oh my god. No, I wouldn't say everything is brilliant, but I do have a positive mindset. Did Ad say Gollum, the character off Lord of the Rings? No, well, yeah, I don't think Gollum's spelt the same. I think is Gollum the cryptocurrency G-O-L-O-M? And then Gollum from Lord of the Rings is G-O-L-L-U-M or something. But I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you for watching. Oh, also, I didn't reply to the comments on the last Thursday Talks episode, but it was a really, really nice comment. It just popped up in the chat there from Bumcrack Picker. You know, just thanking me for the time and effort I put in for doing the Thursday Talks video. So thank you very much for your comment, BCP. It didn't go unnoticed. I just completely forgot to reply to it. I did see the comment pop up, but I don't know why, but I didn't reply to it. So yeah. Thank you very much for the comment. It was really, really nice. It isn't that much effort, to put in to do these, but obviously it is some effort. So I really do appreciate it when people say thank you to me. Right then, I think that's everything. I think there was probably quite a bit I missed in the chat, so I apologise if I missed bits and bobs. We're never going to get everything. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, it's not going to happen, I don't think. I'll just quickly just get an account with Lego ads, cut the middleman out. Yeah, but isn't it like really hard to get an account with Lego? I was just going through the chat then quickly just to see if I've missed anything. But no, I thought it was really, really hard to get an account with Lego. I think Cora tried to get an account with Lego or something and she couldn't, and she was like doing, really a lot with Lego. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe she did get an account, but I don't know. Would you not consider renting an office and get work completely out of your parents' house? No, you know why? Because I like working at home. So what I'll do with a storage lockup is like once a week I'll load my car and then bring it back home and then just work from here, I think. But saying that, I don't quite know how I'm going to do it, because if I do that, then it's inefficient. So I don't know. There's a few plans to be worked out yet. There's a few things I need to work out a system of how I'm going to do it efficiently, because there's no point me driving to the storage lockup, putting stuff in the storage lockup, only to bring it back home again. So I've got to definitely look at that to try and get some more efficiency. So, but I don't want to rent an office and stuff like that, because I don't want to drive out there every day. Like, can you imagine? I don't know whether you're employed or whatever, but if you are employed, you don't need to imagine. But like, getting up at like 8 o'clock in mid. I mean, I get up at like 7, 8 o'clock anyway. But like having to go to the car, scrape off the ice, do all that, that was the whole reason I did reselling, the commuting, the going to work, going to an office. So I just can't see myself doing that. But I do certainly need some efficiency with how I'm gonna do this storage lockup, because there really isn't any point me getting a storage lockup, putting the stuff in the lockup to take it out of the lockup a week later. That makes no sense. So I'm gonna have to sort of work on that side of things to see if I can't try and get some more efficiency in that sense, because there's not much point me having a lockup if that's what I'm doing. If I'm just going there to put it in there and then bringing it out a week later. But we'll see. I've got to have a bit more efficiency with that. So, yeah, anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Next week will be the giveaway, so make sure you are here at 1 o'clock. And as I say, there will be a little surprise coming as well on the Thursday for the 100th episode. There'll be a little surprise. So, yeah, I'll quickly see if there's anyone else joined the chat. Doesn't look like it. Do you not know the MacLeod store? I'm sure I read that some way for them to consider you. Yeah, maybe you need a brick and mortar store to do that. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, maybe you need. Yeah, I think maybe you do need a brick and mortar store. I don't know. You have to get out. To Ads Emporium. No. Well, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna live right near it, so I just walk. My ultimate dream is not to have a car. So like, if I was having Ads Emporium, I'd live like, I don't know, half a mile away, something like that, and just walk up the road and just not have a car, because I would get a lot of my stuff delivered to me. I'd get a lot of my stuff delivered, a lot of my stock delivered, things like that. So I wouldn't necessarily need a car. I mean, the only reason I'd need a car is to go out for like family trips and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't mind my wife or my partner or whatever having a car, but me personally, I don't like driving particularly. So I like to stay away from that. And I talked about my reservations with driving last week or the week before, so you can watch that video if you want to hear about that. But yeah, so that's it. So no, necessarily I wouldn't need a yeah, you know what I need? I need a you know what I need? I need a driver. I thought about, if I have enough money, I'll get a driver. I'll just get a driver to drive me around places. That's what I'll do. If I get enough money, I'll literally employ someone at like 25,000-30,000 a year. If I've got big money, and just drive me around to wherever I need to go, meetings, that sort of stuff. That'd be just so lovely. That. Right. Anyway, I will leave it there. What about car boots? Well, I wouldn't necessarily need to go to car boots because, as I say, I'll be getting a lot of my stuff delivered. I would be getting a lot of stuff from auction. So what I would do is probably just hire a man in a van, because one of the places I'm considering having it is they have an auction in the town as well. So, well, not quite in the town, but very close to the town. So it probably only cost me, like, for a van full just to get it delivered, probably only cost me like 30 quid. So if the prices are still good, considering it's going to be quite close to the Emporium anyway, if prices are still good with auctions, by the time if I do that, then I can spend that 30 quid. It's worth me spending that 30 quid, 35, 40 quid on a man in a van, drop it off, sort it out, sorted, done. And again, it outsources my time. Whenever I can spend a little bit of money just to outsource that time, because don't forget, when you've got a shop, time is everything. I mean, yes, money comes into it massively, but you've got no time if you've got a shop. So any way you can outsource a little bit of time is always good. So yeah, I might do that. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've got to figure all this out in my head as I go. Right then. I want that job ad. Yeah, I'll give you a call, Nigel. I'm like, yeah, I've got enough money to do that now, Nigel. Can you be my driver? Yeah, 25, 30k a year. Right then, oh wait, sorry, do-it-yourself lifestyles. I'm never going to get to go up this way. What does your mum and dad think about the dream ads? My mum thinks I'm a little bit crazy because I kind of told her the full extent of my dream, which I have kind of touched on with you guys, but I've not really completely told you everything because it's a little bit too much, to be fair. But basically, I'm just going to say, as I've always mentioned on video, that I would like to go to a nudist beach and stuff like that. Well, imagine if you could have a nudist place inside. That's all I'm going to say. So that would be part of my dream as well. But yeah, my mum thought it was a bit too much. She gets the basis of my dream, but I think she thinks that maybe my full-on dream is a little bit too much. My dad, I really don't think he cares that much about my end dream. He doesn't, I've told you before, he doesn't bother much about my reselling. He doesn't particularly like it being, in his house and stuff, which is fair enough. But he just doesn't seem to give me any support with it. So, I don't think he would care that much about my dream, really. I think he would care if I was unhappy. If I was unhappy in a job or whatever, he would obviously care and think, why don't you move on or whatever, get a different job. But I don't think he's not that bothered about my dreams or anything, But I mean, that's how it should be. You should be the only one who's bothered about your dreams. Like, I don't expect you guys to be really enthusiastic about Ads Emporium because it's not your dream, it's my dream. So yeah, anyway, I'll leave it there. God, I know, I'm going on forever here. Everyone keeps asking me questions, I can't bloody leave. Right, okay, I am going now. I am actually going now. So I will see you all next week, and yeah, don't stop eating cheese before you go to bed. I don't, but funnily enough, I had cheese on toast today before the show. And not older viewers, but more regular viewers will get that reference to why I had cheese on toast before coming live. But yeah, I'll leave it there then, guys. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next week on the giveaway. Yeah, it's the giveaway episode next week for 100 episodes. So yeah, really cool. See you soon.